everyone, it's V, and today I will be learning some of the lines from Philadelphia Story, because Katharine Hepburn has a beautiful accent, and if you want, you can join me. So, like in the last videos, I'm just going to start out with my native accent and then try to make it transatlantic. I also apologize for the echo, because I just moved here and there's fuck all in this room, so there's not really much I can do about that. I put it as a caption last time, but I'm just going to say it. Shift everything to the front of your face. All the sounds that you make it sound nasal. Channel your inner Fran Drescher steamrolled by a duck. And yeah, let's go. The first sentence is, George, I'm going to. Get rid of the R's. And that's it, actually. George, I'm going to. So I learned that you're supposed to say going, like going, not going. But to me it sounds like she says going to, but I'm not an expert, so who knows? Let's repeat that again. George. I think both are fine. Oh, sorry for that squeaky noise. I'm sitting on a very uncomfortable wooden chair. George, I'm going to. Next sentence. Why not? Elongate the not. So it's why not? Why not? Why not? Katharine Hepburn has this really breathy, is that a word? Like she has a lot of air in her voice. It's like, why not? So you can do that if you want. I don't think you need to. You're the worst come around about noon tomorrow. So come turns into come with an A, come. Around, you can elongate the round, around, come around. About, enunciate the T, about. Noon, one of my favorite words, noon. Come around about noon tomorrow. Tomorrow. So hit that T. One more time. Come around about noon tomorrow. You're the worst kind there is, an intellectual snob. She actually says something before that, but the sounds are the same, so I don't want to do it twice. You're the worst kind there is, an intellectual snob. Get rid of the R. You're the worst. You're the worst. You're the worst. Kind, there is. You can string those two together. And it's not there is. If it's just the word there, you can say there. But because it's followed by a vowel, you have to say there is. So you have to pronounce the R. You're the worst kind there is. An intellectual snob. So this one's really nice. It's not intellectual, but intellectual. An intellectual snob. You can draw the A in snob. You're the worst kind there is. An intellectual snob. You made up your mind awfully young, it seems to me. The you is the same as afternoon or noon. You made up. You can hit the P, like you made up. You made up your mind awfully young. So the awful is not awful, but awful. So like walked. Awfully young. It seems to me. Seems to me. For the me, it doesn't have to be as wide. It can be me. You made up your mind awfully young. No, awfully. You made up your mind awfully young, it seems to me. The time to make up your mind about people is never. The time is pretty much the same. To make up your mind, so you can draw the I on mind. So it's not mind, but mind. Like just stretch it a little. The time to make up your mind about people is never. So she does this thing that for me is very hard, since I'm a native German speaker and we don't roll our R's like on the sides of our mouth, like we don't flatten our tongue to our teeth. So this in-between R that she does is very hard for me to get. It's like, because for the British R it would be never, never. And it's not wrong to do that, but in this particular clip, she says never. And it's like a hint of the rhotic R. And it's so nice and subtle and makes it sound less British. I got a couple of comments saying, oh, if I do the accent, it just sounds British. This is one of the things that can make the accent sound less British, or well, less of an RP accent, is to like incorporate that slight rhoticity. So the time to make up your mind about people is never. I don't know if I did it right. Maybe you can do it better than I can, but try to like give it a hint of a rhotic R. Last sentence. Thank you, Professor. I don't think I'm exceptional. Thank you, Professor. Get rid of the R. Professor. You can do the same here that you did with the never, that you try to make it somehow in between. Thank you, Professor. Ah. Thank you, Professor. I don't think I'm exceptional. If you make a break there, it's fine. But just like we did before, because it's professor and then I, so vowel, you have to pronounce the R if you string them together. So it's thank you, Professor Rai. Thank you, Professor. I don't think I'm exceptional. One more time. This one's pretty straightforward, actually. Thank you, Professor. Professor, I don't think I'm exceptional. Here again with the don't or don't. Just pick it. Like there's not one transatlantic accent. So I guess pick whichever one you prefer. Thank you, Professor. I don't think I'm exceptional. You can really hit that P on exceptional. 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 I don't know which one she does actually. I just checked the clip again and she says exceptional, not exceptional. Alright, that's it for the lines. I think I'm gonna do the whole thing in the accent again and see if I do well or not. George, I'm going to. Why not? Come around about noon tomorrow. You're the worst kind there is, an intellectual snob. You made up your mind awfully young, it seems to me. The time to make up your mind about people is never. Thank you, Professor. I don't think I'm exceptional. All right. Thank you so much for watching. I unlisted the last videos because I noticed I made some mistakes, and also I didn't make the dynamic clear. I'm not a dialect coach. I'm not a teacher. It is not my place to educate you on geography, like that Scotland and Wales exist, and that people there have a different accent from people living in the center of the UK. And people call it British English as opposed to American English. And I think a lot of people who learn English as a second language or a third language are familiar with these terms, and that's why I used these terms in the past. I'm trying to refer to the more, the pronunciation as RP, but I will definitely make mistakes just because I grew up using that terminology. And I would really appreciate it if the people who feel the need to comment on that, even though it's not the point of the video, would cut me some slack and just shut the fuck up. Because I'm literally learning this accent for poops and laughs. I'm learning it because I enjoy it and I think it's fun to learn. And I want people to like be able to learn it with me, and people who like have trouble picking up accents and maybe need some help breaking down the accent. So yeah, that's it. So I'll be making it clear from now on that I'm learning this accent, and if you want, you can join me. And if you don't want to, that's totally fine. So yeah, thank you for watching. Follow me on Instagram. It's at @BeLikeVanilla, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye. The doorbell just rang. I don't know what I was saying. No, I did it again. Made up. Did you hear that tiny, tiny burp? I'm not a lady.